on today's Expert Process Podcast. Do you know that it takes 10,000 hours to master any subject? Welcome to the Expert Process Podcast, where we cut the time to mastery in half with our seasoned pros. And now, from Atlanta, Georgia, broadcasting worldwide, here's your resident expert, Durante Smith.
Hey guys, Durante here with the Expert Process Podcast. Back to you yet again from Kids Spring 2023. It's been nice, right?
Yes.
All right, so here's the thing, man. I appreciate what I'm able to do with this and this show, and also bringing, just new and innovative products and people to a new audience, right? So I have with me this morning April Showers. April has a product called Afro Unicorn, right? Mm-hmm. And April, you came here, it was last year or year before last?
First year was last year.
First year's last year. She had uber success. She's going to tell us about her story. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that what we understand, the takeaway is what she wants us to get from her journey. So let's start with this. April, tell us more about where you're from. Tell us about how you kind of got into the industry, or actually how you have the thought, which I heard is really cool. All right. So let's get into it. Tell the audience what it's about.
So I am April Showers. I am from Los Angeles, California, founder of Afro Unicorn, which is a lifestyle brand for my women and children of color, how unique, divine, and magical we truly are.
What?
The goal from the beginning was to help normalize Black beauty, to give our Black and brown girls a unicorn that represents them, so they can love the skin that they're in and embrace the crowns on their head.
Got it. You said the crown. We're talking about the beauty. So we're saying the hair, the beauty, the locks, right?
Everything.
I'm with it.
Everything between the ears is the crown.
Oh, got it. So that's officially really.
It goes even deeper.
Okay.
Your crown is already within you.
Okay.
Yeah, but it can symbolize outwardly.
Which was some third eye type stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I like that.
So I was being referred to as a unicorn because I own several businesses.
Okay.
And I'm a single mom of 2 amazing boys.
Okay.
And a friend kept referring to me as a unicorn.
Okay.
I asked him finally, why do you keep calling me that? He said, well, because you're running the businesses, you're raising your boys, like you're a unicorn. I'm like, yeah, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Like, no, you do it at an extraordinary level. You are into unicorn.
Yeah.
So
like Silicon Valley. That's what they call those, the big guys, the tech guys, disruptors, unicorns.
Yeah, exactly. And so I looked them up. I saw they were mystical, unique.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm definitely that. I'm Black Girl Magic.
Yeah.
And so I started to use the emoji over and over again. And when I feel like a pound of bricks, it hit me. Why is it that something that's supposed to represent who I am? Why is it only white? Like, who determined that unicorns were only supposed to be white?
Okay, like Santa Claus.
So at that moment, it no longer resonated with me. And then I went to go try to create one that resembled me.
Okay. So, April, it sounds like that was your origin story. We are right there. So essentially you're saying that you were a unicorn amongst queens. Is that what we're saying? Which is, that's deep. That's right? Then you were saying that we saw a niche or a lack of us or representation within the space, right?
There was a white space for us to.
Sure. There's a lane.
And it was really a white space.
Yeah. So essentially then what you're saying is that you had a vision that you then wanted to execute by coming to Kids Screen and seeing what you could accomplish. But it's never that linear. So I'm saying, like, how did you get here?
Well, I got to Kids Screen because at that point, we launched in May 2019. I started Afro Unicorn, right?
Yeah.
As a platform to help encourage other entrepreneurs.
Okay.
That's how I sold my shirts.
Oh.
I promoted their brand. Yes. If you rock my shirt, I'll talk about what finding that your shirt, whatever you had going on. Cross promotion. One of those cross promotion videos went viral.
Okay.
And Walmart saw it. And they called me. So in 2020.
Oh, got it.
We were approached in the licensing space to do a collaboration in Walmart for party supplies.
Got it.
And then from there, I got the first 2 licensees, and then the apparel buyer jumped on. And then, we're 40 plus licensees now. So because we have all this product that's out, I'm the first Black woman to have a licensed brand character in major retail. So now we have all this.
Well, we got to slow that. So I like to emphasize things, right? Mm-hmm. Now let's slow that down. You said you're the first Black woman with, explain that again.
I have a licensed brand character in major retail.
A licensed brand character in major retail. So what she's saying, guys, is because you have to understand, not everyone that's watching this is as savvy as who we are, right? So a licensed character is like Mickey Mouse. Correct. It's like this, it's like that. So that's her brand. She's the unicorn. She's saying she's the first Black woman to be in a major retailer with her own brand, essentially.
Correct.
Right? Licensable brand. So what you take that unicorn that you see with the hair, then that means that licensing deals means it goes to people that are buyers. They've got to then take it and put it in bed sheets and shoes and sneakers and hats. But there are typically different buyers or different licensees for those different things. Am I right in saying that?
Correct.
Yeah. So then here's the thing I want you to emphasize, because I've been saying this over and over and over again with the interviews I've been doing, right? Which is, you don't have to sit there and wait for the big boys to come to you, right? People come here to pitch, but they need to understand you need to have something. You need to have something that attracts them. What you did is you created your own platform, went out, hustled, you made the connections, and then Walmart came to you, right?
Yeah.
Right, Santa?
Exactly.
So it was about the hustle.
Yep.
It's about getting your game up.
Yep.
It's about understanding that if you don't want to sit around because you got something hot.
And it was so interesting. I recently had a conversation where someone asked me, like, so when Walmart hit, like, that's when you got real busy and that's when you started, like, getting really into it. No. They wouldn't hit me.
That's right.
I wasn't extremely busy and extremely in the hustle. Beforehand. So the hustle is as strong, if not stronger than it was, because it don't stop. Like,
that's right.
And so, that's how we got that. And so the reason that brought me to Kid Screen was we have all this consumer product everywhere. People are like, where's the show?
Got it.
Like, and again, because I am a licensed brand character, I do sit on the shelves next to the Disneys, the Nick, the Marvels.
Right.
I'm competing against all the brands who have content.
Yes, sir. That's right.
So they have billion-dollar budgets that's helping promote their consumer product.
Right.
We don't have that.
Right. That's right.
So I saw the lack in that we needed to jump on the content ASAP.
Right.
And that's why I came down with Kid Screen.
Got it. Okay. And so Kid Screen was a success for you from outside, right?
For sure.
Yeah. So how did that work? How you came to Kid Screen? You got a plan, or you came here just on a mission? What was that like?
So came here always on a mission. Always have a plan. Stay ready. You ain't got to
stay ready. Ain't that it?
So I had a couple of meetings set up.
Yep.
And from those meetings, we met some partners.
Yep.
And then we ended up signing the deal within like a few months.
Okay. And that's another thing people don't understand. You come in, it's a rare situation where you're going to come in, you're going to make a deal, and you got signed, during that event. Because there's always follow-up. There's always, you got to, deal points. You got to work through what that scenario is.
And being the brand owner, I needed to interview and vet those companies because there was multiple ones that wanted to take the property.
Sure.
So we had to take time to vet about 40 different companies that we needed to vet.
And it's also about, what are you getting out of the deal?
That's right.
Because we know what they're going to get out of the deal. What are you getting? So it has to be lucrative for you. It has to make sense for your brand. It has to make sense for your vision, right? And so for those things, I think a lot of us, unfortunately, we're not educated in that way. And we either miss opportunities or we don't know how to identify those opportunities. Right. So my question to you is, how did you get so savvy?
I was born like this.
Y'all over there, right?
But no, if you talk to anyone I grew up with, they're like, that's just how I've been. I've always been a go-getter.
Got it.
I've always had an entrepreneurial mindset and spirit. And I mean, I come from the arts world, so being a creative has a lot to do with it.
What's the arts world? Like,
I'm a dancer.
No joke.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So
got some moves.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm getting older, but I have a little bit of moves.
J-Lo?
I know of J-Lo. I don't know her personally, but I think it's also like, I just had we had this conversation recently. I had this lifestyle idea and mindset in my brain. My mother, I'm born and raised in South Central Los Angeles.
Okay.
But my mother made it a point to always take me outside of the hood every weekend, whether it was to the movie theater or to go eat.
Yes.
We always went outside of the inner city of LA. So I always saw a different lifestyle, and I've always wanted to have a different lifestyle.
Your vision.
Otherwise,
you created it.
Yep.
You created your reality.
Yep.
Right?
For sure.
So what talks like that is Issa Rae. You heard her story, you were talking about it. Same identical scenario where, they're same area actually.
Yeah.
And her dad was, taking them out, this, that, another good. And she tanked them out this pose.
I gotta check that out.
It's cool. Yeah, it was a thing she did with the Academy Awards the year before last or something.
Okay, I gotta check that out because exposure is everything.
That's everything.
Yep.
And that's why I wanted to make sure that we have you on the show, because I want to help get us exposed I want to get our brands exposed. I want to help. I have a passion for entrepreneurs. I have a passion also for us because there's not enough. Being here, right? Love everybody to death. Let's make sure we're clear. But being here, we understand that we don't see very many of this kind of skin tone, right? So in cases like that, we have to do what we can to try to uplift each other, right? 100%. We don't have to compete. It's not like that. You know what I mean? So on that note, what would you like to close with? What would you like to leave behind for people that are on that grind, on that hustle, that are just like where you were 3 years ago? What would you share with them?
Consistency.
It's everything.
Yeah, it's everything. People give up too quick.
It's everything.
They drop the ball. They don't follow through.
And they miss their blessing.
They miss the blessing.
And then number two, how can we find your brand? What is your platform? Like, what would you like to let them know where to go?
You can find us on AfroUnicorn.com, AfroUnicorn_official.
Hey guys.
Oh, in Walmart, Target.
Okay, wait. Let's make sure.
Oh,
all the big, the big bots. The thing they're calling the big bots retailers, right?
Yeah.
You guys make sure you go look for her brand. It's the unicorn,
Afro Unicorn,
with the beautiful locks in the hair, right?
Yes.
So you guys check out her brand, and we thank you so much, April. Thank you for coming on the show. Yes, certainly. All right, guys, we're out.